Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This time, I'm going to do a short review of a current comic. These are issues 2 and 3. Correction, issues 3 and 4 of the new incarnation of the Incredible Hulk. And I don't know what prompted the reboot, but everything's being rebooted over and over again. But this seems to be a good series, and it has put, in keeping with Spooky Month, it has put the Hulk squarely into the horror category, at least for now. And this is with these stories that are being written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. And of course, I did one of the first issue. I think I skipped the second one, but here they have whatever. Anyway, they may have started out with something where the second issue wasn't as good, just because the last page is when the Hulk finally shows up, and Hulk is with this girl who, or rather, Banner is with this girl who's just latched onto him when she found out that he was the Hulk, and she just latched onto him. She's a runaway. And I enjoyed pretty much both of these. Issue 3 is the conclusion of the what was the title of this issue? That Old Time Religion Part 2. But from what I understand, just from reading, even though that's this two-part story, it's actually part of a larger story, which plays into issue 4. And apparently later issue 5, because 4 is continued to issue 5. And it's some nice artwork. I love these covers. These great covers. Here's the image of the Hulk being reflected in some eyeball of some Lovecraftian horror. And they had Banner and the girl Charlie were snatched up by a cop who turned out to be a dead cop, a zombie cop, and they were going to be sacrifices to Brother Deep, the evil deep god, and by their zombie acolytes in their religion. And then this is where we pick up here. They were stabbed. Hulk wouldn't come out. They stabbed and apparently killed Banner, but of course, after they stabbed him, he hulked out. Oh, I wanted to mention that this issue starts out with a few pages of tribute to the late great John Romita Sr., highlighting some of his work from his career. And this has Hulk clear through it. Hulk smashing, does what he does, and the zombies are about to grab the girl, and Hulk, and this is a great double-page spread. And this issue is drawn by Nick Klein. All 3 of the first issues are drawn by Nick Klein, and from what I understand from the looks of it, the cover of issue 4 is also drawn by Nick Klein, and that's a great cover. I like that. It'd make a good poster. And he's whamming, slamming, and smashing the zombies in this old rickety church, and it just kind of collapses in on itself. And then he starts walking away, and the girl Charlie wants to come with her, and he goes, "Stupid kid," and she's cussed him out. And then the floor she's standing on gives way, and Hulk. Now this is more scary Hulk because he ate that dog, and he kills people. But he leaps after her, grabs her on the way down, and saves her as they get way down into a cavern. Remember, this is a mining town, and I think it was in Kentucky or Tennessee, I can't remember. And there, the remains of that town is just burning away, and down there in the cavern. And then one of the part of a zombie, and tells him about Brother Deep, and gives the background of Brother Deep, some kind of deep horrifying thing. I'm not going to go into detail on it. And then it rises up, very Cthulhu-esque looking here. Rises up, and Hulk goes to town, smashing, and they battle. Great action scene, 2-page spread, wham, wham, wham. And Hulk seems to, by impaling his brain in this spire, seems to kill Brother Doom. He crashes free, and the girl and him are free. And she shows a little spunk when the remains of the zombie cop try to grab her, and she smashes his head. And he goes, "All right, Charlie, keep up." He's impressed by that, and they walk off into the forest together. And that's issue 3. Then issue 4 is a different story, but I think it's related, kind of a continuation. But this one is drawn by Travel Foreman, and I'm not as impressed with his art style. I hear it looks pretty decent. Does some decent frogs there. It's in Florida. This is Charlie's father who beat her and she ran away from. And he's walking along, and it's starting to rain, and then he sees an old dead girlfriend standing in the water. And here's where his draftsmanship falls down, when he does some good stuff and some not so good stuff, but she just doesn't look right, especially her legs. They're kind of like Ron Wilbur-like legs. If you don't know who Ron Wilbur is, hang on, we'll talk about him sometime. And something creepy is going on. The water is sloshing up, and then something reaches up and grabs him. While the froggies look on. That was good drawing on the frogs. And here we see Riddle of the Man-Thing, Part 1. Then it's a few days later. They're Charlie and Banner. He's turned back into Banner. They had been hitching a ride. They're in Florida. She says, "You finally get to see the ocean, see the sea, get to the sea." And they stop someplace to eat. Grabs a Hulk plushie for her. See, and this is where we really get revealed that she's her face is all scarred up, and that's as a result of her father. And they're talking. He's trying to encourage her to go back home, and she talks about how she and a friend were going to run away together. And then they have a thing he goes to the bathroom, and she almost asleep, and they see something about her on the TV news, that she was and she is wanted in connection to the death of her father. Then we see the kid who's working there, and again the line work is so spare, and for some things this would be really well, and in this scene it's just a little bit lacking, especially in that boy. For some it's good, some it would be good, for some not. But the thing is that Banner when he went to the bathroom, he took off, and she's coming out rushing, calling for Hulk, 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 and then she sees her little brother. I think he's supposed to be dead, standing in the water, calling to her. But then Banner he's farther down the road, comes looming up in front of him. See that? The Man-Thing. It's not, that's good and impressive draftsmanship there, but it doesn't quite look Man-Thing-ish enough. It touches Banner, and remember, things that no fear burn at the touch of Man-Thing. So he's being burned alive, and Man-Thing just squishes him into his mucky body, starts walking away, and then sploosh, the Hulk has come out. The Hulk has come out and just rips Man-Thing apart. And that's a great one right there. But, of course, it doesn't kill Man-Thing because he's just made a muck. He's more than that. And here he is reassembling himself. But this is an image projected by Man-Thing into Hulk's mind. This is Ted Sallis, who is the Man-Thing. And it's telling him that something about... And it's the eldest... Someone's called the eldest, who I think you already know. So it's something to do with Brother Deep. It's after Hulk. And then the girl she's about, she falls in the water, and then we get to see Lament of the Swamp Witch, this horrid creature standing upright. And these are all the dead bodies that are these things. Oh, it's just really horrid looking. So we don't know what the Swamp Witch thing is, because we can see. Up here is on the left is her dad. So these things have been incorporated into her, and so I'm going to have to eventually get number 5 and see where that goes. I don't plan on continuing to follow it, but I enjoy these. I don't like the artwork quite as much in issue 4, but I kind of want to see where the story's going. And I really love these covers. So that's all I've got for you this time. For the Incredible Hulk. And remember, comics are art.